Where I get this number, I'm at plus 4. And today we're playing Satisfactory. I've got it booting up right now. I booted this one up early a little bit so that I, able to speak and have some time to do things. What is this? I do not know. I do not know. By the way, I'm playing Satisfactory. Also, I didn't really get to. Sorry. I didn't really get to make the comments I meant to or wanted to on Rumble. Wait, background things. Comments that I wanted to on Rumble because I got distracted by enemies of surviving. Also, I did change some things with my steel factory, as you can see, but that's not really as much relevant. What I was trying to say during my Far Far West stream was a bunch of things about the chat system. Mainly, you can't, like, change a reply once you make it, which is partly why I had such bad grammar on the reply I gave. Also that you don't have a separate system to actually access it currently, from my understanding. Because they have a Rumble Studios app, and I was aware of the Rumble Studio app at the time. It's just that it is dedicated to live streaming, and not automatically recording in the same way. I don't think that this is big enough for refinery. Yeah, no, I don't think so at all. Refineries are massive. So I've built logistics floors and also primary floors for this factory. Usually logistics floor being two mega foundations tall or walls tall is usually enough. Other than that, don't usually expect me to actively reply to comments on Rumble just because I don't automatically have the patience for it. I'm just gonna say it like that because it is a bit of a hassle when it comes down to Rumble. And I gotta disassemble the copper line that was the old wire line that I'm going to change out for iron wire so that I don't have to deal with all that. Also, oh, there we go. Generally speaking, we're going to not probably be working on the steel factory right now, just because, even though it'd be a good idea, I am not exactly the smartest man alive right now. So, good ideas and will ideas are two separate concepts right now. I'm actually gonna take the entire structure and just move it in by one at this point, because there's not much better things to do. There we go. I'm also gonna just pull this back by 1. And there we go. Either way, I need a bunch of hard drives that I can effectively just... Well, I don't need a bunch of hard drives, but I'd like a bunch of hard drives just to... get a better method to the madness. On that. If I change this out for roofing structure, I don't think that should interrupt anything. Flat roof. Okay, so maybe we'll interrupt something. I'm the one streaming, right? I'm pretty sure I'm the one streaming. Like, I'm streaming on my own account. Should be fine. Should be fine. Yep, I'm live. It is showing me choosing the material of the roof that I was going to use. I mean, I could try using glass instead. Glass frame or glass frame floor. That's a frame floor, not a glass roof. Yeah. There we go. That should be perfectly fine. Operable, functional. And decent enough to call the logistics floor. I'm gonna check outside, try and make sure that all the walls look decent, nice and pretty. They look all nice and decent, nice and pretty. I'm gonna integrate this in as a nice little structural piece. was a little oopsie right there, but actually there are a couple of things that I can do here just to make it a little bit easier. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get those hard drives now, because I'm losing my mind. Also, this is the logistics area, Stores will figure out how to catch up later. I don't know how much I even want to have this the way that it currently is. But for a little bit until I wake up, I'm going to go ahead and just use the scanner, scan for some hard drives, go to the pink forest, try for what I can get, see what I got going for me. Well, before that, I could try actually setting up a miner on top. Put at one spot. So there should be, if I check Sam in this direction. Yeah. Also, if I only process that of which that's over there, that's 2/3 of the entire production of the, sorry. Didn't mean to. The entire iron production, so I think that I'm just gonna stick with that as the position where I start the actual iron production part. So might be a good time to bring out those gas masks. Also, it'd be a good time to not do this. So, of course, I'm doing it right now. Yep, that is exactly why. Okay. It's one of those things where I just... Where? Well placed. Okay, so... Spider Boy down there doesn't like me. Just gonna make that assumption. Don't know where that key landed. Definitely do not have stuff for either of these things, but let's go ahead and get a nice and special crafting bench. Once we get a crafting bench, get one of these, we'll get 2 portable miners. And then we're going to sit down and set up the Mark II miner. And then we're going to undo the Mark II miner. And look at what we can deal with some explosive interjection. This still just doesn't exist. Okay, so the little spines do not physically exist in this realm of this plane of existence. Okay. Since the structural integrity of these spines are unquestionable, I shall integrate them extensively into my construction. Alright, architecture. First off, logistics. Pull. Second off, conveyor belt Mark II. Reverse. Then power. Pull Mark II. I'm gonna say if we want this to work. You know, power pole Mark II here. This center. It's kind of centered, but not really. What if we stuck it like... Should be way easier if I just did this. Purple, not Mark II. There we go, it's centered now. This means that when I do this, that's what we call overconfidence. Speaking of overconfidence, I assumed that there would be a clear path down anywhere near here, but apparently, such a construction would of course be a rather complex concept. You know, building an ore site next to a point where you can just slip it right down would just be obnoxious, some might even say. You know? Just absolutely atrocious game design. Who would just, you know, leave a direct path down? Okay, so anything else that I should be made aware of? Not to my knowledge. So let's get us started. So, first things first, I'm gonna want a few things. Probably not these. I could try and redirect it out to this point, which seems like it might have a little bit more of a better chance, but either way, I need a way down. That was a stinking glitch. Had a like spike while I was actively shooting. Of course, all of that was nice and useless. Of course, I already found out about all that and didn't, like, take out the evidence. Okay, so... Okay, so what we want is a big support pillar. Seems pretty good. 2, please. There we go. That way, it's nice and simplistic. I still don't know why it says misconfigured. I'll be paranoid about such things probably until later on. Figure out what it's talking about. Customize colors. Does this change anything about this? But does that mean if I have like a yellow and white? Well, there's yellow and green. Alright, so line there. There should be a line here, but there isn't. R2 purple. I feel like that's centered-ish. No. But I do feel like the actual Mark II seems pretty centered, or sufficiently centered. The problem with that is that is completely and totally useless. Ow. Great. Sure. So. Problem solved. Great. Stinkin' just... There. Problem solved. Alright. Shocked that the audio is working. I hope the audio is working. I think the audio is working. Yeah, should be fine. Yeah, it works. So everything's set up. Now all I need to do is power line up. And every so often, I can get a hold of this looping ladder. Just ever so often, path 1, red, okay, that's too long. There. Okay. Okay, so direction right there. Alright, and now we just go down. Alright. Perfect. The only problem is that I didn't remember something. That something is that I also want to have it connect in with an existing structure, which means I need to bring a foundation over here. Is this guy angry at me? Why? Really something worth losing your life over here? I don't think so. I think that's... Oh, a secret cave. Secret cave with secret goodies? Don't really have enough space for them, but you know what, I'll try. Nah, it's the exact same crap I've already seen before. I don't see anything. You do realize how scared I am of you, right? Although I could try and use this cave for transport. Nothing there, nothing there, nothing there. I got no idea how much spider loot there is or is not. That has been lost, but I don't care either. Huh. Nice doing business with you. So I need a foundational anchor. An anchoral foundation. 4mm, preferably. A little bit of verticality never hurt. A vertical expansion. Uh-oh. Blah, blah, blah.
I advise you to seek your thrills more in the field of mathematics or architecture, and less in the literal field.
I was literally building something, and why am I over here? I was way closer to my stinking... whatever. Turbo fuel. Man, I really gotta get to not upgrading, but like... Man. I'm tired today. I really gotta get to... automating the sand fluctuators. Like, I question how this was not closer. I removed it. I don't have enough biofuel right now. That's fine. Of course I don't have enough biofuel. It's like, last time it was just because I was nearby. I didn't remember washing my hands inside of the thing, but maybe that one dude, that one AI thingamabob was right. It's like, nope. Nope, you just didn't think. You didn't think, did you? Your actions had consequences. Tickle. Okay, so with that qualifier, I think I'm going to sit down and quickly do a little something. Something. That red is there to actively speaking mark where, I forgot I had this. Mark where, I put the light. So like lighting and infrastructure have, or production have two different power, so, or power lines, so that you can actually use the power lines to tell the lights what colors to be and all that stuff. So that's where I output the actual power that tells the lights what colors to be. Spawn should be. I'm not gonna sit down and to try and make sense of the fact that there are clearly some parts missing there. Okay. Let's also implement those things, man. Well, since I'm about to use some of those, I probably want to keep them around. Because this is for, some other stuff. I'm going to go ahead and just do that. Also, I'm gonna go ahead and put that in there too. Plop this up here, plop this in here too. Anything else? Probably those. Change up the order a little bit and create a couple of those scientifically speaking taken in before the rest. And that. I'm off on an adventure. Alright. Probably needs to change up the look of that so that it looks a little bit better, but whatever. Okay. Okay. Yep, that'll do. Mm. Moving on. Look, I like birds, I do. But there's a reason that guy went the way of the dodo. Okay, so that is back corner. Okay. Oh, that is the back corner on here. All right. Now that'll do. Why do you treat me like this? Cannot be nudged at this current moment. No. There. There we go. There we go. And I mean, it'll do. Oh, yes. Perfect. Okay, so now we can actively set up that line for the cache group really quick later. Don't really have an intention to do that right now, but the resources have been dedicated onto that direction. The only thing that I really need to worry about is making sure that it does the job. Oh, wait. I should probably be commenting. Okay, so as you can see, the flipper flapper is going into the flop and flooper, which is most necessary for the fusion response that goes into the screwed handle. See, any professional would know that. Okay. So time for some light geometry. So we've got... Okay, we've got the Mark Ramp Rooney. I'm gonna go to the 2 meter just so it gets. And I didn't realize that these were Mark IIs too, so. Sometimes the best option is just thinking first and then do it. So, now, yes. 2 mm asphalt. 1 mm asphalt. Boom. Bada bing, bada bang. Bada boom. Now it should fit right in. So I'll set that up later. But that should be fully functional. Now then, I'm going to go back home. And shocking. 5 minutes outside and I'm already kerfuffled. And desire home with a strong yearning. Okay. I feel like I had... Yeah, there it is. Into the garbage with you, thou cretin. Alright. I am tired today, so I'm not commenting too much. Also, for some reason, I can't get moisture to stay in my mouth, so I'm commenting less. If you care. I mean, I'm supposed to be commenting on stuff, so I can kind of get it, but at the opposing end of it, I could care less. I do care too. I'd like my voice to work too. I'd also like my voice to work later. Okay, so... I don't really have anything to really... Yeah, let's just make sure that's in there. Yeah. Since I have this, I probably should have this. And whatever. So... anything else? You know, I'd say everything that's in my inventory right now I should just leave at the stinking steel factory. Or at least everything else. Is that a summer sloop for some reason? I mean, there's not a summer sloop on that, I don't think. Uh-oh. Okay. You know. There's a couple of things on there, but no summer sloop. And no hard drive, sadly enough. I don't really see ultimately any reasons to take up a bunch of pale berries for no good reason. Okay, so... So I'm gonna leave all of this inside of... Well, not all of it, but most of it. Most of this inside of a crate with some sparse exceptions. 0mm, please. If that's useful to me. Then we're just gonna take up this little crate here. That'll be store all. And just enough space. Awesome. And I'll give you diarrhea, but you gotta say the word black beans. Anyway, so... remembered everything? Yes, just give me a second for a good reason. Anyway, nature will find a way. Water, water, water. Now. I have flown up there multiple times. But I increased the wall height. It was originally there. I keep on making it right up there. There we go. Okay. Since this is just a way up to where I want to go, I'm pretty good with it. There's a hard drive nearby. I wonder where. Do you mind? I'm trying to, like, see what's in here. Okay. Ah! Magnetic rods. Actually need that for another one. This is a bad iron ore, if I recall correctly. Alright, so take this on from a little bit of a distance. Not too much of one. Why is this over here? Oh, that's just some... Okay. That's some early red fungi. Hello. Trying to get up here, though. Oh, very nice. Man, they don't like me. Where is this radiation coming from? You know what? I'll try and go over here just so that I can actually speaking. Right. Right, have to stay out of radiation zone, but stay inside of spawn zone. I was out of the way of that. Nice try, but I know your projectiles are bigger. Okay, so... I don't know whether or not these are radioactive, but I do know that they are extremely useful. They're not. Okay, great. So I now have magnetic control rods, but I think I know a spot that requires them. Electromagnetic control rod. And I'm just trying to collect some things real quick. Ooh, some more. I don't feel like extensively panicking today. Was this turbo motor? I got turbo motors. I don't think that they're still inside of my inventory, though. To be honest. You get assembled. Everything else seems fine. Look, I'm building a resistance. He's not. I don't think I got turbo motors. Turbo motors. None. It would require one, which means that it requires a trip home. Which I can do real quick. So we're returning home early, and that means that we can also dump off a bit of our loot. Not too much, but some. Anyway, so there should be a turbo motor. There's a turbo motor. I would like one, please. Thank you. Also, I would like to dump my existing precious materials that I've recently picked up. I don't think there's anything else that I can do with them. I mean, if I could craft aluminum casings, I could get that out of it, but I don't think that's a good usage. It's a cluster obelisk. I know that cluster obelisks are useful. That's beside the point. Either way, let's get it going. And I can keep the control rods inside of my depot for now. I needed 10. Can I construct them yet? I don't think I can. If I open them in the Codex Astartes, no. And I can just go get them, but I don't want to at this point. I'm gonna go looking for some others, see if I can actually speak and get a turbo motor or two from there. I should have paid attention. I was like, that's a pretty high-end item for, like, a hard drive, so, like, assumedly it wouldn't be much. It's like, nope, 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 this is the ultimate hard drive. You, ethically speaking, are gonna get, like, 500 recipes and 33, like, blah, blah, blah. No, it's just gonna be probably, like, hey, here's how to use copper, but more copper to get more ingots. I can shank. Yeah, whatever. It'll do, but you gotta say a word like this. I don't know why that song stuck in my head. Any other hard drives nearby? Any? Of course, this is the one that's protected by like 2 million monsters and nah. Alright, let's see what we got here. Fine, I'll deal with it. Would like to be able to slide real quick. Stuff. Don't like you. Second off with like this. And lastly, before I start shooting, okay. Everything's bueno. Alright. Oh no, he's super radioactive, guys. Wait, is that turbo motors? Yep, that's turbo motors. That's enough turbo motors, in fact. Pretty good. Ask me. Would love it if I could, like, collect using my disassembler, but that's apparently not a thing. Debris. It's very important that that thing stay on, like... Okay, can I, like, blow you away? Of course I can't blow you away. Okay, at least he's gone now. What do we need? Electromagnetic control rods. Please. There we go. And now I can go back over here. I'm glad that they're all 80 and such. Okay, so with that given, I got 2 of these, a couple of these, this 2. That goes in there. Seems fine. That did not feel like a fall great enough to sit down and warrant a bit of damage. I wonder where the hard drive they're talking about is. Can I collect this? Alright. Hello. Jaeger snipers. Where did my health go? Okay, so if I just go all the ways over here. And they're following me. Perfect. Alright. See what we got here. Okay, he really wants me in radiation. How am I still irradiated? Gosh. Radiation's everywhere over here. Look like. Why does that sound like snake? That was definitely a snake. Or not snake, spider. But the spider is very confused. And of course I got beach shredding. That is a very confused spider. Oh, there you are. Between the broken frames and the spider, I cannot see where the spider is. Huh. Hello, buddy. I was not in the way of fire. That's just garbage. Stinking stupid, that's what that is. Why am I still irradiated? I find your field of radiation obnoxious. And it wasn't even the other dude. That's still the other dude, right over there. How much radiation is over here? Okay, got the long stick of it. Whatever. Oh, that stick can use a medical inhaler. Oh, great little old dust cloud. Where's this knucklehead? Would like to see a little bit here. Where'd you go? Ah, more of those things. That's gonna be great. A bunch of electromagnetic control rods that I can't even use it. Okay. There we go. More... Oh, those are cooling systems. Okay. Very nice indeed. Definitely not going to complain about motors or computers that are in motors. And what do we got as a need here? Needs aluminum casing. That's my lucky day. Alright. You know what, I'm actually just gonna sit down and, since this is not gonna be a lot difficult, hard drive, scan it please. Yeah, I should use the old animal here, but I don't really know how much I can actually keep track. They keep on trying to murder me. That means I have to kill them in the most inopportune of accessible locations. Anything down here? I feel like I saw a layer there. Yep, that's a layer, but that's not where it is. Nothing. Don't have monster parts as a searchable, which I'm pretty sure it's not even monster parts. I'm pretty sure it's just monster. Did I get rid of that? Yep, I did. I clean up after myself a little bit here and there. Ouch. Ouch, headache, ouch, ouch. Meow, 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 meow. Man, a lot of lag spikes. I feel like I saw some more pale nuts around here. There they are. Oh, hello. Oh, that's not useful. That's nice. If I was good, like... You assume that would, like, show up on my notifications instead, but you know what? Whatever. If I find a viewer, I might just rate him. I don't know. I was like, oh wow, I got a chat. Oh. That's not a chat. This point kicks just told me, yeah, just go somewhere else. This guy stinks! Just thinking Family Guy. Something's crap. I actually can't remember at this point, nor do I care enough. Great job there, buddy. You'll get me next time. Swing and a miss. Swing, bada 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 bada. Let's just stick these inside of there, these inside of there, these inside of there, these inside of there. Definitely stick those inside of there. So I'm about to use the electronic rods. If I can find anything. Okay, so what I'm looking for is around about there. I've been going in the wrong direction. Hardly knew. Wait. Hard drive. Okay, fine. I'll go to the hard drive. I can get another power shard. Sorry, I gotta reload. The stealthiest approach. Never fails me. Okay, usually fails me. Full, impure. Yeah. What we got? I don't think that was a comment, but maybe it was. Come on. Fine. What do you mean, no hard drive? I literally followed your stinking instructions. says hard drive this way. Okay, fine. There's a hard drive this way. You just go from 0 to 100, don't you? Oh yes, it's useful now. Not useful now. Useful now. Not useful now. Heaven's sake. Ow. Huh. Okay. I'm like redirecting from myself, like, oh well, you go 0 from 100. Like, I don't go 0 from 100, but like you go from 0 to 100. Still haven't mentally recovered from the stinking crash out. Yikers, snipers. Jokes aside, I'm pretty okay with that. I mean, I'd say it's accurate. Anyway, I did go from 0 to 100 in that regard. Still. Do wish that my voice wasn't half dead right now. I feel like I heard... Yeah, there's that. I don't care about it. I don't care enough. Oh, hello. Hello there. No, that's wrong. Hello there. Hello there. How How uncivilized. I'd say very uncivilized of you to just sit in the middle of this irradiated region expecting me to give a metric for that. Alright, so... Oh. Electromagnetic rods. Great job. How does that damage me? Don't know, don't care. That was so magically close. And I can't even flip and get the height that I had before. Hello. I'm sure that this won't have any consequences. I was literally just trying to slide enough forward to get momentum. Where'd your buddy go? There was two of you. Oh, quartz. That's useless. I will send you a letter when I start caring. I have to get out my flipping cooling system. Not cool, game. Not cool. Sorry, very cool. It's just that I'm trying to make it fun. That's the closest one I have. Okay, so cool. Okay, that hard drive here. That's not really useful for anything else right now. You would assume that there would be a timer somewhere that you could just check on to actively check the MAM. Not just on the MAM. Oh. Let's see what we got. We've got flexible, reinforced, and is that... Oh, it's compacted. Cool. Rescan. Because that's the best way to handle your problems. This still needs plastic. This is something that I'm aware of that I don't particularly care about. Other than that, hard drive, please. Let the scan commence. And then let's also get some of these in there. This all. Look, I don't even care about your slug. I'm just trying to get past. Why over here? Of course, my alarm went off right when I actually needed it not to. That ain't a flippin' classic. Fine, I'll just shoot you. You're snipers. Problem solved. Problem solved. Requires plastic. Don't care about that. Time to start finishing up. I do know of one last kind of worth my time. Or not kind of worth my time, but worth my time. Because I know that I can actively unlock it. hard drive, which is one that was up here before that needed electromagnetic rods. Speaking of, I'm gonna pull that out just because of that. No other existent reason is applied. Also, going to go ahead and just check up on me, ma'am. Don't think that that's been long enough. That's not. Don't really care. That is set to pull from inventory first. Yep, that is perfectly fine. There should be a hard drive over yonder, where the grass grows greener in the... Is that what oh, that's Sam. Sam it is. It is Sam. Alright. Other than that, there's a bunch of piping infrastructure that I have to remove that I personally don't know how much I care about. I'm not going to do that right now, because over here... Summer suit. Okay, fine. Of course I didn't reload. Why would I reload? Ah, it has been a while.
Since the first symphony of the blood.
First, there was a whole involved process of evolution from single-celled organisms to mammals, rodents specifically.
Explosion.
And that's not even explaining the whole dinosaur extinction meteor making room for mammals to dominate the animal kingdom instead.
Multiple explosions.
You know what? I will just compile a data package for you to look at later, because I don't even know where to start with the whole big thing.
Harmonious explosion.
Trying to get back on land. There we go. I'm pretty sure that was the one that I was actively speaking worried about. I could go check out that other one real quick. Let's see, hard drive. I saw that there was a hard drive over here. We're looking at... Oh. Judging by the moving radiation signature, I'm very much not liking their adornment of this one creature. Wait, maybe I'm wrong. I can't actually tell what's giving the radiation signature out. What are we doing with there? What was that? Ah. Next little reload. Where is this radiation coming from? And whatever, I got what I wanted. this real quick. I got only 10 left. Why is everything so radioactive? Oh, thank you. Don't really care. Thank you. Ooh. Definitely love to see that. What is going on? Don't have slugs, so whatever. There's apparently Mercy Sphere right here. Don't know about that, but I do know that this is definitely worth some time. Well, whatever. So, let's see. Anything else? Apparently right there. Very nice. Very cool. I'm sure next time I'll get that. For now, hard drive wise, would like a hard drive count. What is that? Don't know how much I care about that. No, I just don't. That. Would like to just see for a minute. Well, that's rather insulting. I know these implemented creatures desire nothing more than to prevent me from seeing for the next eon. Okay, fine. Let's flop on right out there. Why stop there? I don't think that's a cooling device, but I do know this is a turbo motor, and this is a computer. What do I got here? Is this electricity? No, it is a heat sink. I got aluminum sheets, which I'm assuming is what is used for a heat sink due to its properties in real life. But it is not utilized for such constructions yet. Excuse me. Mainly because I do not have aluminum to deal with that. Or heat sink, really. I just don't have the heat sink. I kind of have the aluminum. At this point, I just don't have the ability to make a heat sink. I've also not found any bauxite, but that's beside the point. I found bauxite like the raw ore, but I haven't actually found any nodes. Still done as its own application. Either way, time to go ahead. Back to base. I don't think there's any other hard drives around the place that I've not seen implicitly. Sorry. Flinch. No hard drives nearby. Well, isn't that sad? Do I have enough turbo fuel? Am I this lucky? Yes, I am. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, other than that, okay. Turbo fuel. Gotta reach stop before an accident happens. On that. Hard drives. I have 6 hard drives. That's very nice. That should do. For a wee bit. I'm gonna go ahead and actually just. Whee! Right over here. Still haven't set up the Caterium node. A lot of the infrastructure around the place I've kept intact, even though that is unwise. Mainly because I wanted to keep it around long enough that you could actually see me take it apart. But, I mean, that's its own application. I don't think I got enough time right now. Wanted to do some more Steel Factory stuff. I think it did initially, but I don't think it was all that much. Yeah. Please, there we go. It's like, where did I put the ma'am? So we have alternate coated iron canister. And of course, coated cable, which, I mean, that's kind of cool, but I've got no interest in that. I don't really know of many reasons to sit down and do either of those two. Alternate recycled plastic, or that's actually pretty good. Not what I'm doing right now, though. Gotta be honest. I'm personally looking for heavy oil residue, which is specifically like one where it releases, speaking of, I think that there was also, yeah, polymer resin. It's effectively this, except you get more heavy oil residue than you get, polymer. But I'm actually also going to click on this because later on, I can use the petroleum coke to try and turn my supplies, my current supplies. Actually, not later on. I think I actually have it ready right now. On accident. Do I? I might have actually even clicked in on it. I look up steel. Steel ingot. Did I click on that? No, but this allows me to turn the petroleum coke into steel. And since I have a pure iron node, and I don't know much of a good use to actively speaking transfer the coke or the heavy oil residue over here to other than coke, petroleum coke, not like other kinds of coke that people might use heavy oil residue to produce. I got no idea. Not in that space. It'd be weird to do that, like turning plastic into a flippin' like Hi. Well, I guess glue is a thing. Since I have two pure iron nodes, it might be useful, but I don't think so. But this would allow me to also do basic steel products within here, so it's something that otherwise isn't really a shtick. And that also means that I can then transfer the polymer into, what is it called? Fabric. I can transfer it into polymer fabric and also the plastic and rubber. Allow me to access a whole bunch, including Deuterium over there, of different, recipes just right there at my fingertips. So that'll be nice. Other than that, there's not much. Like, that would mean that I have Deuterium, everything for Deuterium, everything for steel, everything for iron, everything for copper, and everything for, plastic. Just, like, in one space, as well as for quartz, and also for, the few times where I will use, limestone to, actively speaking, try and get some more production out, I can also use my limestone. So I have a lot of crap built up to where I can just access it from here. This is a very good place for a very diverse set of tools that I can just set up to automatically build in this one spot. Not efficiently, but sufficiently for construction and such. If I build it tall enough, as I have already, like, I have the scale thing over there to actively show, then it should be fine. Did I remember to, No, I did not. I do not have a hard drive. I'm going to butcher the term hard, or the spelling for hard drive, like, one more time, just for funs. There we go. Seriously, heatsink, you know. That was me trying to walk forward. Either way, don't really know what much else to do. These very clearly will be useful to have in the depot right now, just because innately. If I run into a hard drive anywhere, there's a pretty decent chance that I'm just gonna need it. There's a hard drive over there. I think that that's actually the one that I did just now. Maybe? Maybe not. But it looks like it. Ow. Throat's killing me. Like or dislike as you will. If you subscribe, welcome to the ride. Don't die, it's no fun. And toodles!